Not a great way to start Brandon Carlo's and Scott Laughton's career as a Leaf. Get a 4-2 lead midway through the second period. You lose 7-4. Albeit, they do pot home 2 empty netters. Nichushkin gets the hat trick. McKinnon gets the second one. And you lose 7-4 to the Colorado Avalanche. I'm going to say a few things. One, Scott Laughton didn't play very well. That's an understatement. He didn't play great. Didn't look good defensively. Looked awful on that last, on the Nathan McKinnon power play goal. Didn't like that. Brandon Carlo, tough start. -2 out there with Morgan Rielly to start. Not good. Did play much better as the game went along. Ended the game even. So I guess you'll take that. And even though Rielly was still a -2 by the end of it. But you know what? First game as a Leaf. And I will say this as well. Elevation against Colorado. And I know people want to roll their eyes saying, yeah, okay, elevate, whatever. If you've ever been to Denver, you know what it does to you. I've had the lucky opportunity to be there twice. I was there hold on. Not last baseball season, but the year before to see the Jays in Colorado. And I was there for about 5 days, maybe a little bit longer than that. And I didn't have sickness, elevation sickness or anything like that. But I had headaches every day I was there. Every single day. I took medication, I got lots of sleep, drank lots of water. Didn't matter. So it does take effect to people differently. Not saying these guys were fighting headaches and whatnot, but also you're running around there trying to skate. It's not easy. And the Leafs played pretty pathetic hockey. And my God, does that Avalanche team fly. They're just skating like the wind out there. Nate McKinnon, Marty Necas, they're incredible hockey players. And it feels like everybody's just flying up and down the ice if you're the Avalanche, right? Shots and goal were 14-6 Avs after one period of play. Nichushkin scores 56 seconds in. Not great. Not great. 3 minutes later, or about 2 minutes later, Mitch Marner scores his 20th goal of the year. 3 minutes in, we're tied. Blackwood doesn't look great. But then Nichushkin scores a second goal 3 minutes after that. And we're 6 minutes in. It's a 2-1 freaking game. And already Carlo and Rielly are -2. And I think Laughton might have been a -1 on one of those 2 goals as well. It's not a good start. Then Tavares score. I'm not going to break down the goals because there's just way too many of them. Tavares scores his 25th, assisted by Willie Nylander. Marner's goal was assisted by Nyes and Matthews. Then Marner scores less than 4 minutes later. Matthews, Bobby McMahon get an assist. And just like that, the Leafs go into the intermission up 3-2. And they were outshot 14-8. And then they flashed a crazy stat in the second period, where the Leafs, when out shooting opponents, they were 4-8-1 since a certain date, and getting outshot, they were 13-1. It was crazy stuff, and they lost this game, so I guess it's 13-2. But regardless of that, it was a weird stat, and you're up 3-2 after 1 period of play. Then John Tavares, beautiful shot, 12:45 into the second period. Leafs get a 4-2 lead now. Nylander and Matthews with assists. On the power play goal, you're feeling good. But less than 3 minutes after that, they make it a 1-goal hockey game with under 5 to play in the period. You go into the third period after getting outshot 13-3 in the second. And the wheels fall off. Midway through the period, Jonathan Drouin ties it. 4 minutes later, Marner takes a penalty. Nate McKinnon gets kind of left alone by Scott Laughton and buries it to give them the lead. Nichushkin, McKinnon, like I mentioned, bury the empty netters, and it's curtains and you lose. Can't dwell on it too much, guys, because again, you add 2 very integral parts to your team and put them in elevation right away. And for Brandon Carlo, I mentioned in the trade video, he has played a lot of minutes over time. But if you look at the average minutes he usually plays, we talked about it. 1848 was his minutes, right? What did he play tonight? Obviously, Chris Tanev does play a part in this. He played 22:04 at elevation. And oh, by the way, had 6 blocked shots. Crazy. And by the way, the Leafs need Tanev back. Like they need Tanev back. As period, that's all she wrote. You need that. And Scott Lawton dashed 2 in the game, played 11:54. Didn't like him on that one PK. Really had a rough game. But I'm not going to kill him for it. Stolarz 5 goals on 32 shots. Not the greatest. You outshot them 10-7 in the third period. This is the thing I talk about shots on goal being meaningless. The Leafs were winning 4-3 after 2 periods of play. They were getting outshot 27-11. The one period they won in shots, 10-7, they got outscored 4-0. Outshot 34-21 for the game. Special teams wise, Leafs got the 1 power play. They scored on that. Avalanche were 1 for 3 in the power play. Leafs dominated the faceoff dot 36-20. That's about it though. Marner had a couple goals. Tavares had a couple goals, but was also a -3. So there's that. The second line was pretty bad. Nylander 2 assists, -3. Not good. Matthews had 3 assists. Nyes an assist and a -1. Not great. Bobby McMahon had an assist and a -1. And then Riley, Lawton, and Nick Robertson. How many did Nick Robertson played? 921. I believe he's on the 4th line as well today. Just really weird stuff from Nick Robertson. But again, first game with the new guys. The people want to yell and scream. The Lightning, who we've all been talking about kicking every team's teeth in, right? They're this juggernaut that is right behind the Leafs. And you don't want to play them or the Panthers, and you need to win the division. I said it yesterday. They just lost 4-0 to the Bruins at home. Like, and what did their new guys do? Let me check that out right quick. First off, Vasilevsky wasn't any good. Bjorkstrand, new guy, -1. Who else we got? Anybody else play? It doesn't look like anybody else played. Who else did they get? Hold on, let me quickly check that roster right quick. It's a little Tampa talk right now, but let me just do that. Bjorkstrand. They already had all these guys. Yanni Gord, right, and he's hurt, right? Isn't he? Returning to Bolt. When was the last time he played a game? Yanni Gord. I think he was hurt on March 8th against Boston, so he did play 15 minutes. Okay, so they lost with him, and that might have been it. Yeah, that's the new guys they got. They didn't do any good for them either. So you know what? You can't just say the first game after the deadline, and Colorado obviously got better too at the trade deadline as well. So lots of factors here. Can't dwell on it too much. On to the next one, where the Leafs, on Monday night, play the Utah Hockey Club. 10 o'clock puck drop. Another one of these. Let's get used to it. Actually, it's not. Hold on. This might be the last one of the year. Let me quickly do some research here for you guys. 10 o'clock, the next latest game. 10:30 against the Sharks on a Thursday. But that's it. That's it. 2 more to go, Leafs Nation. Utah Hockey Club on Monday night. That probably won't be on Prime. It's 10 o'clock puck drop. Utah's been playing better hockey recently, but let's be honest, they're not the greatest team out there. The Leafs should do a job and win that game. And hopefully, guys like Scott Lawton and Brandon Carlo continue to amalgamate themselves with the Leafs. And hopefully, Chris Tanev is back soon. Just going to leave it at that. All right, so you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and not the game, because, oh, crap. Why would you? Hit the like button to appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. You guys, not that's already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game. What'd you like, what'd you not like from today's game? For the Toronto Maple Leafs, Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below, so follow there if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jay's Edition, tomorrow, recapping this past week's games. Raptors Edition very shortly. They lost a tight one against the Washington Wizards tonight at Scotiabank Arena somehow. And I'll talk to you guys Leafs Edition, like I said, Monday night, 10 o'clock puck drop. Leafs in Utah against the Hockey Club. Looking to end this 3-game losing streak, all right? Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and not the game today. Talk to you guys then.